Hi, this is Anessa and welcome to my channel, and we're going to be talking about something a little different here. Yes, we're going to be talking about movies and different aspects of the entertainment industry as a whole. We're going to be looking at something a little different, just little nuances and little bits of movies rather than just the entire thing. Little things that maybe stuck out to you, maybe they didn't. So, to start things off, we're going to be talking about The Call. I went to see it last night. I don't know why. My friend picked it, I guess. It was a WWE movie. We should have known better, but whatever. I think he wanted to see Halle Berry and her glorious hair. The Call focuses on Halle Berry's character, who is a 911 call operator. And the movie tries to go for this kind of female empowerment, girl power message, which is great, that's fine. Halle Berry, she's there doing her thing, she has a relationship, but it's not the focus. It's all going fine, but then all of a sudden it's like the movie feels that it didn't do it enough. And if you saw it, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the last 10 minutes where it turns into I spit on your grave for absolutely no reason. And also, what I hate in movies is when in order to make the protagonist look better, you have to make the other people look worse. So this entire movie was talking about how there's no closure for the call operators because they don't know what happens on the call. And in order to do this, you had the cops on one side and the call operators on the other. But in order to make Halle Berry's character, I guess, more competent, you have to make the cops less competent. And the clues that they start missing, they're just astronomical, and it makes them look terrible. Honestly, the suspenseful scenes in the movie, in the theater I was in, people were laughing at all the scenes. When they show the guy's ID photo, people burst out laughing, and I was one of them. I'm not even gonna pretend. It was like, we found the suspect, he's Michael Foster. It was a kind of movie where at times you wondered if you were supposed to take it seriously or not, even though you clearly were based on the promo and some of the star power behind it. It was nice to see Abigail Breslin again. She's grown up and she still looks like Abigail Breslin. There's kind of this uncomfortable moment though where you meet up with the serial killer and he cuts off her shirt and you're like, why? It has no relevance to the plot. It has nothing to do with his horribly badly written, thrown in writer 101 psychosis. It's just 16-year-old girl bruh. And nobody wants to see that. I didn't want to see that. I don't feel comfortable seeing 16-year-old sexualized bra. No, take that out. No, I don't want it in the movie. Just out and done. In the last third, it just randomly turns into a revenge movie, even though it wasn't like that. But the thing with The Call is that The Call deals with a trend in technology. And this happens with a lot of movies, especially in the crime and horror department, when all of a sudden a new development in technology comes that you need to explain. For example, when they talk, when cell phones arrived, all of a sudden in every horror movie you had to explain why the cell phone didn't work. And most of the times people did this very badly, oh hey, my cell phone's not working. And they would just write it in blatantly into the exposition. This is now happening with GPS. Because The Call is the story about a call center operator who is trying to help this young teenage girl played by Abigail Breslin as she's being kidnapped in the trunk of a car. Now here's the thing, because lots of phones now, especially smartphones and Androids, they have a GPS in them, so you can locate somebody through their phone. So because of this, the movie turns into an inadvertent PSA for GPS systems, and it becomes really annoying to the point that it's distracting. It's they're standing there oh no, why can't we track this phone? If only she had GPS. Oh, forget this disposable phone. Disposable phones are terrible. Why doesn't she have GPS on her phone? Over and over again. And then as if that wasn't enough, it turns into a promo for OnStar, because OnStar has GPS. So it's, why doesn't the car have OnStar? Then it would have GPS and we could track it. If only everything had GPS built into it. And it comes off like some kind of bizarre conspiracy theory PSA for inserting chips into your children, and it's really distracting. The thing with The Call is that it has lots of distracting moments like this, distracting just writing quirks that don't really fit in and keep it from being a decent movie. I would not highly recommend it. It's mediocre. It's got some great kidnapping scenes. If you're into kidnapping movies and what to do when you get kidnapped, or if you're interested in hearing 911 calls, it's got that in it for you. I'd say if you like Halle Berry, it's definitely worth checking out. You know that despite being such a famous actress, she doesn't get the lead role as often as you might expect. So if you want to see her and see how she does. If you haven't really seen her in a lead role before, then it is definitely worth checking out. Maybe just not necessarily in the theaters. This movie could have probably come directly to DVD if it didn't have such a like well-known actress in the lead. So I would say it's a rental if you could still rent movies. If you can't, I would guess say it's a direct-to-DVD buy. Wait till it comes to the bin at whatever store you buy your DVDs from. But checking it out at the theater is not necessarily a necessity. Wait for something else. Like, wait for Superman or one of those big movies, Iron Man 3. Like, save your money. Save it up for that. This was Anessa. Leave me a comment if you saw The Call. If you're not going to see The Call, let me know what you think. What do you think of Halle Berry? What do you think of kidnapping and crime movies in general? Let me know what you think in the comment box below.